Hello and welcome to another Choozo tournament matchup. This is actually into the playoffs now between Coxla and Lillifen. I am Idle. I'll be doing the comms and some tracking today, and should be good here. Just need to. Sorry, I'm still kind of like setting up here. I need to send the runners off. And they should be getting started here pretty soon. In the meantime, let me cover the settings here. We've got random split, vanilla area, random boss, medium difficulty, random escape, early morph, and not deep start. So we're going to get a mostly a random start. It's not going to be, there's a few starting locations that are excluded, but a lot of starting locations are in play. So we will see what the runners get here. We should be finding that out really shortly. Yeah, medium level chaos. Yeah, medium difficulty tends to bring those hell runs into play. Really have to respect the runners for going for it. I know that Coxla's last race was like a 2.5 hour marathon, bolt suits and upper Norfair, having to do those hell runs. And what does he decide to do? Goes right back to medium difficulty, put those hell runs in logic. So, you got to appreciate the runners going for it. And we get a business center start. So we won't immediately start with hell runs. Runners will want to pick up that morph ball. It was early morph, so it should be here. And we'll see what other goodies they find early on here. It looks like only one other major in Upper Norfair. Oh, an E-Tank. That's actually really nice to find. In these full countdown seeds, I guess I should mention that. So it was random split, but when we look at that number, if it doesn't have an M in the number, then we know it's a full countdown instead of the major minor. And with full countdown, it can be kind of difficult to find those tanks sometimes because they're really well hidden. And so getting one right away, I mean, it may be the only one the runners see for like 30 minutes. You just don't know, but it's still nice to see that right away. It's also an interesting matchup because I believe Coxla is 2-4 and Lillifen is either 2-4 or 1-5. But Lillifen, I believe, beat Coxla earlier in the Swiss rounds. So this is actually a rematch of the Swiss rounds. So that's kind of interesting. And it is vanilla map, so the runners do know where these transitions go. It is random boss, though. So Lily deciding, first off, she doesn't have power bombs or regular bombs, so she can't get to Kraid. But even if she could, it'd be pretty risky to make that check because Kraid's pretty much the only boss she can defeat, and there's a less than 25% chance that it is Kraid. So unfortunately, that Staser door still has the green supers on it. It can be kind of weird being this deep into the game and not having supers. It's definitely thrown me off a few times. Another thing that the runners cannot do is they cannot get back, or no, they can. They could go to Green Bridge starts at the back door, but it would be difficult. They would have to do a gate glitch, and which gate glitches are in logics. The runners can do them, but then they'd also wouldn't be able to leave. You go through the green door and you can't come back. So, oh right, yeah. In addition to not having bombs, don't have super. So Lillifen is going this direction. This is. I'm trying to remember how this works. It is a possible soft lock actually, because she doesn't have a way to. She's going to need supers or bombs or power bombs. She's also going to need to get the skate glitch. Now, she will be able to farm up for more missiles here. I honestly think it's a good reset. This is going to set her back a few minutes, but if she gets that gate glitch, let's say it takes her another minute, she gets the gate glitch. Oh, geez, Coxla's doing the same thing. Oh, I need to be tracking here. I didn't track. Let's say she does the gate glitch and then she gets through that area and it's still a soft lock. You know, so she just saved herself a minute by resetting out early. So thinking about this gate glitch, setting up a little bit farther away from the gate, that is fine. These close range methods of gate glitch, no matter how you do it, they're always frame perfect. So there isn't anything you can do when you're standing this close to the gate to make it more likely to get it. I prefer to stand very close to the gate and do a jump and then move into the gate as I'm falling. But that doesn't make it any easier. That's just a preference. The only thing you can do to make that gate glitch a little bit easier is you can do a running start. And sometimes with a running start and running into the gate, you can get a 2-frame window to get the missile through or super through. So you'll see that often in GT Classic. Runners will do that running start. That's not just a superstitious thing. That actually can make the trick more likely to succeed. But it's fairly finicky. It would be hard to do that setup anywhere else unless you've practiced it. So, like in this room, unless Coxla's practiced a running start, I certainly haven't. You know, it's not going to be any easier to do that. Coxla getting through, so nicely done. That gate glitch. And we're going to find out, is this a soft lock or not? We do have at least 3 items that the runners can get. So if one of those... Oh, shoot. I didn't see what happened to Lily. That's unfortunate. Oh, Speed Booster. Okay, actually, so Speed Booster is one of the items that the runners can use to avoid a soft lock here. So that's a very good find for Coxla. I mean, in addition to the fact that you now have Speed Booster. Who doesn't want Speed Booster? Coxla realizing that this is a potential soft lock, but with speed, he will be able to get all the way through Green Bryn. And then it's not a soft lock. Oh, and he finds supers right away anyway. I need to mark Speed Booster off. I mean, I'm sure Lily is going to find that, Lillifen is going to find that Speed Booster. It just might be a little while before she ventures all the way back this far. Oh, these Rios or whatever they're called are pretty annoying enemies. That is true. Waterway is being blocked by the lack of bombs. That is kind of unusual. That's a good point, chat. Don't see that every day. That's random start for you. Well, I'm going to take that save, lock in her progress. And Coxla's got to be careful about health. I mean, these enemies, they don't hit that hard, but I mean, you're not used to not having any health here. Usually when you go to this beginning part of the game, you've just picked up the Terminator E-Tank. I mean, you've got plenty of health, but I mean, those Rios are... No, don't kill the Rio. Run away from the Rio. Making me nervous. Pick up the health drop. It's gone now. You can't... Oh! Oh boy. Yeah, switch to missile. This is good. Okay. Okay. Oh, geez, game. Thanks, game. That was Take it off. It's falling enemies, and you fire a super into a wall. All right, a reserve tank. That's nice. It's not super helpful at the moment, but it will be helpful later. Meanwhile, Lily going to make this climb up Red Tower. I sure hope that this is the right way. I think it is theoretically possible that she actually is supposed to go left. I think it's really unlikely that that's the case, that you have to go left with the way she went the first time. That would be kind of mean. It would not be out of logic, though, with the enemies nearby that you can refill your missiles. I mean, there's that's what Coxla did. Refilled missiles until he got the gate glitch. Still looking for our first explosives. Medium difficulty should put gate glitches in logic. So what Coxla did is in logic. It'd just be mean because you're going into that check knowing it's a possible soft lock. If you don't find... he had 3 items. You don't find anything good on one of those 3 items, you're stuck. So that would be... this randomizers can completely make that happen. If you think about just playing the vanilla game, there are many points in time where you kind of like fall down into a room and there's no way out unless you get progression. You know, you think of just the vanilla spore spawn fight. You fall down. If you don't have a super pack there to get out, you're stuck, right? So the vanilla game makes you make these one-way checks where it's either a soft lock or it's not. That's why the randomizers do it too. And another super pack for Coxla. That's nice. That's only our second one. We're having a little trouble with this Red Tower climb, which I assume is in logic. I'm not entirely sure. I would guess it's in logic at medium difficulty. But that could be a clue. If this wasn't in logic, then you'd know, oh, I have to go the other way. Definitely rough having to do this with no explosives. You know, if you have a power bomb, you can take out those rippers. I really hope that Lillifen is able to get past this first section of the game. She does at least have a save to go back to. She could even go to Slaughter's refill. Well, I don't know with vanilla map. I don't know if it's open or not. She hasn't found supers yet. Ooh, space jump is a nice find for Coxla. You know, I think this race is far from over. Like, it feels bad. If you're Lillifen, you feel bad. You feel like you're 12 minutes behind. She's. I don't even think she's 10 minutes behind. She has some information, and the truth is, I mean, Coxla doesn't have any suits. He's got 1 E-tank. He doesn't even have explosives yet. So there's a lot of game left here to be played. A lot can happen. Obviously, we're all hoping that Lillifen can get past this first hurdle of the game. See if she gives that gate trick glitch another chance. And I can understand her hesitation to go for these gate glitches. I mean, among other it's the potential soft lock, and then there's also the fact that, like, even if you're a GT Classic player and you're used to GT Classic where you only have 5 supers for that gate, that's a gate that you've practiced many, many times. You do the running setup, you know what you're going to do. You don't practice these other gates as often, so you're used to having like 20 missiles for these gates. You just kind of power through. And it's a little bit tougher when you only have 5 missiles. Oh, I am just now noticing the count in criteria. It was a 6 then? Goodness. Well, we know this is the right answer for Lily. We know there's a super pack. Oh, wait. Actually, we don't know that there's a super pack she can get to. I stand corrected. We have not seen a super pack that she can get to yet. Grapple. These one-tile gaps. It's a lot easier with high jump. With the one-tile gaps, it's so easy to do what Coxla's doing here. If you even bump, like, if you're in between the tiles, where you get, Samus is 10 pixels wide. If she bumps both the tile with the item and also the tile next to her, there's a 50-50 chance the game will count it as touching the ceiling tile instead of the item, and then you get pushed out of the wall, you pushed out of the ceiling, and you can't get the item anymore. And so it's really like a 6, maybe even a 5 pixel window or something, 7 pixel window maybe, that you can safely get that item without bumping the ceiling. And you're trying to space jump into it, that's not that easy. So Coxla doing the smart thing, using the speed booster. Yeah, bad at Metroid. That's exactly right. We've seen runners pull off comebacks being further behind than this, for sure. I will say that the 6 items in Interior is not helping, like Lillifen's case. That's a lot of items for Coxla to be able to find here. Although, he's got space and speed jump, so he's going to be able to get pretty much every item, as long as he can find an explosive, actually. Never mind, he can't get in the gauntlet. Wouldn't that be something? Let's just put both suits in gauntlet and give you no explosives. Thanks, game. And if anybody's wondering, the Shine Spark to get into gauntlet is not in logic. The Shine Spark to get up to the gauntlet entrance is in logic. That's an easy one. But that short charges are actually not in logic, even at the harder difficulty, which is kind of silly to me, but the game does not. It's like Varia randomizer settings are, can you do a simple short charge, which would be in logic, and a tight short charge, which just starts considering things like the post-Crocomare jump room, and there's these very tight short charges, and those are set to mania difficulty, I believe, so they're never in logic, unless you can do it with a simple short charge, which I don't believe the gauntlet one can be done with a simple short charge. I think it's a tighter one than that. So Coxla could attempt a one-way trip into gauntlet if he knows the short charge, but I don't think we're going to be seeing that. Oh, who knows? He does have the energy for it. It would be annoying, though. You'd have to do 2 short charges. You'd have to charge to carve out the blocks in front of gauntlet, and then open the door, and then refill, and then do another short charge, just to hope that you get bombs, because if you don't, you're stuck. It'd be a lot. Oh man, this is rough. Come on, Lily. Oh, so close. It's tough to reset your focus on these types of things too. It just gets. So everybody's different. Some people maybe don't get so frustrated. I would be getting frustrated for sure. So you just feel like you're on the clock. And Coxla is gonna have to go the same way. I mean, what can Coxla do right now? He already did everything that he can in Green Bryn. So he can do. He can't do. Oh, he could do Spazer. Spazer's open. He can go up. He could do Red Tower like Lily's doing. It'll be a little bit easier at Space Jump. It's not that much easier, to be honest. You still have to avoid these rippers. You can't kill him. Oh, actually, Coxla could kill him with supers. So this would be easier for Coxla because he can super all those rippers out of his way. Coxla's gonna go ahead and visit our friend Decora. Are we going to see any free the Decora today? It doesn't look like it. Looks like Coxla's interested in getting back to now. Yep, this is going to happen, right? Oh, he made it. I thought he was going to get trolled. You can't actually free the Decora in Choozo Randomizer because they modified those blocks. They don't respawn. Because if you fell down there with less than 100 with 0 tanks, you wouldn't be able to get out, or at least it'd be extremely difficult to get out. It is possible, but it's extremely difficult. He sparked up right in the middle of the room. I thought he was going to fall back down, but it just enough clearance was able to get out of there. Okay, so Coxla can do Spazer. He can do. I think he has enough tanks to do. At least Coxla did save not too long ago, I believe. I hope. He should have taken a refill while he was down there at the Gora. Oh, jeez. He's got that reserve. Those things hurt. Hey, Coxla's gonna take the refill. I like this play. That's a good idea. It saves time to not die. I like it. Oh, true. Again, though, first power bombs could be at Ice Beam. Like, there's no reason why they couldn't be. You just have to save scum that check. And technically, he could escape, but it's not easy. Okay, so Spazer, Ice Beam, or he has to go up to where, like, Lillifen's trying to go. Oh, that stinks. Lily was trying to get the refill. Oof. Coxla's thinking this over too. I mean, there really aren't that many places to go. He's probably trying to make sure, did I really get everything in Green Bryn? Is this in Prateria? And I mean, there's a 3 in Green Bryn too. I mean, there's a lot of hidden items right now. Has anyone ever seen this where two areas are completely loaded and you can't get anything? Like, what is this? Yeah, we saw Green Hill 2 had speed. That's where Speed Booster is. So, Spazer. God, why can't I remember? There's like 2 things. Oh, yeah, Spazer, Ice Beam check, and then Alpha Power Bombs. Runners can get the Alpha Power Bombs, which could be our vanilla Power Bombs. I think that's it. I think that the progression would have to be at one of those 3. I'm certain this is not enough Hell Runs to do Cathedral. Oh, actually, Bubble Mountain is open. Because that they got Speed Booster, so they get to Bubble Mountain, and they could probably get like the first item in North Fair Reserve especially with that space jump. Ah, you're right. You could peek the item at speed booster. You're right. You wouldn't be able to. That's the yeah. You can't. You could see it. You wouldn't be able to get anything. And I'm pretty sure the hell run to get to the other side of a mountain is not in logic. But Croc probably is. I bet Croc's in logic with this. They've got enough ammo for Croc. And they could get everything at Croc. So I'm pretty sure they can get to Croc without power bombs. So okay, so it's Spazer, Alpha Power Bombs, Ice Beam, that'd be a one-way check, or Crocomire. Runners are debating this seed in race time right now. We don't know what's at Spazer because the last time the runners saw Spazer, they didn't have Bruce. Sorry for the gap in commentary here. We're having a little bit of discussion on the race time chat. It was weird. We're about to find out it was a spacer. Now I don't know it's there. Oh, okay. It's the answer. Yeah, it was a difficult choice of either doing the red tower going up red tower climb with no supers or power bombs, so no way to kill the rippers, and one E-tank. Which I'm not even 100% sure is in logic, but it probably is. Let's say that's in logic. Or you had to do a gate glitch with just 5 missiles into Green Bryn, with that being a possible soft lock if you didn't find progression within the next 3 item checks. Those are the 2 choices the runners were presented with. Both tried the gate glitch. Coxla managed to get it and then found speed. That was one of the 3 items, the 3 checks that he needed to progress, and then kind of pulled away from that point. So Coxla had just found power bombs, and power bombs open up everything. All right, so we are gonna go ahead. The runners are not happy about the speed. I mean, like it's just no fun, right? It's not even fun for Coxla. You know your opponent is struggling. So we're gonna go ahead and go to race 2. We're probably gonna take a bit of a break, and then we will figure out what we want to do with game 1 later, I would say. No, I don't. I mean, I'm sure Lillifen plays with that sprite. I'm pretty sure I've seen her play with that sprite multiple times. She's probably used it throughout the tournament, and I really doubt that that's making the wall jumps more difficult. I think it's just difficult. It's just not easy. You don't, unless you're like a new route runner or a GT Classic runner where you practice that maneuver, it's not easy. It's really not. I still live here? Am I still able to talk? I don't know if people can hear me still. I could just talk about the situation instead of chatting. Okay, good. Yeah, I'll just talk about it. Yeah, so we're gonna. I'm typing in chat here. We're gonna. This was a scheduled back-to-back race. We were gonna do race 1 and race 2 back-to-back. So we're just going to switch to running the second race. We'll do the second race settings. We'll figure out what to do with race 1 later. You know, I think the runners just were a little frustrated to see it. And as I mentioned in chat, I mean, it's just not any fun knowing that your opponent is just really struggling as well. I would say with that, if that Spazer had, it'd be kind of more interesting if that Spazer hadn't been power bombs, because then it would be a real mystery. I mean, did Coxla even know about Croc? You know, was that something that he was going to go do or not? Because he would have also struggled with that red tower climb. It would have been a little bit easier with the equipment that he had, but it would have been still not the easiest. But with power bombs at Spazer, that just unlocked everything. So that would have been a very significant advantage. I think it would have been really hard for anyone to come back. Oh yeah, it was a good effort. I mean, it's not easy to sit there and just do the same thing over and over again for that long. It's really not. Appreciate the runners giving it their best. And hopefully they can block that seed out of their mind and refresh, refocus on the next one. All right. We are going to do this race. It's our second race of our back-to-back. The first race is a little bit in doubt on how we're going to rule it, but so we're not gonna bother updating the wins column today, which is fine. I think what we really want is for the race to just be better. The settings are similar; they are a little bit different here because it's the same, not deep start. It's a random morph this time. It's a light area. So it's actually and it's full countdown instead of a random split. It will be full countdown. So that is actually more interesting than the previous one we just ran. Sometimes that just makes it easier. I want to say the last time I saw a like full kitchen sink settings race in this Choozo tournament with the harder difficulty, and it ended up being like a jet seed. It just didn't matter that the settings were the craziest. And we are starting in Green Bryn. Ooh, Coxla immediately wanting to check this transition. Lillifen wants to see if her morph ball is here. It's random morph, but that could mean it rolled early morph. You never know. Okay, it rolled gravity. That's usually a sign that it's not an early morph. Oh, I didn't even see what Coxla checked it as. Did anybody see what was at the top of Green Bryn? I mean, Lily's probably going to head there soon. Oh, Coxla didn't check. He just went right back down. Okay. Probably realized he should get whatever item is here. He might have been thinking, oh, I can't get any items that don't have morph, but yeah, this first item you can get to. And I'm guessing this is going to be somewhere in the water. It's not. Oh, it couldn't be. This is light area. It could not possibly be in the water. So with light area, what that means is like, so traditionally, Green Brinstar has 2 connections to Criteria and 1 to Red Tower. That relationship is maintained in light area, and that's true for all of the areas. So Red Tower is going to have 3 different transitions to West Meridia, so this one's likely going to water. But of course it's not. This is our one entrance into Upper Norfair, and it's not the easiest one. I don't believe the runners can do anything because they don't have any missiles, or they're kind of missing some stuff. They're definitely going to want to look around. Sometimes these light area seeds can be this way. They can kind of make you do the run around here, even especially without morph. It's even more likely to give you a run around. Oh my gosh, is it going to make them do this climb? This is ridiculous. We're going to be rolling a new seed. Oh no. They do have a transition they can get to, though. They do have another transition they can do. I hope Coxla's stream comes back. Okay. Okay, we are into West Meridia, and we have gravity. We can do stuff. Morph could actually be at the top of this save, Lily. Yeah, this is a good save. These craps are one-hit kills with no suits. In fact, a lot of enemies in Meridia are going to be one-hit kill with this energy loadout. You can if you want. Beep to the boop. I'm doing okay as is. Oh, I see though. I've got my. I should have this. Looking at the delayed feed here. Fully finding her first missiles. So deciding what to do. It can be kind of interesting. So I believe, yeah, this is in logic. This could be kind of an ugly place to find your morph ball, but it certainly could be here. Grapple. Okay. So grapple is going to give us some more options to navigate up. Oh no. Oh, that's unfortunate for Lillifen. She did save recently. She's going to be right at that same point that Coxla is coming at right now. And she has the information. She probably is going to want to go get that grapple. The interesting thing about the Varia Randomizer, and it's one of the things, we should applaud these runners for attempting this stuff. What the seed's asking me to do right now is probably in basic difficulty. Like, no matter what... Marco was asking me about the tracker. actually beep to the boop. I might need you on tracking because we might be having some difficulties, and I might need some help figuring it out. Actually, the tracking. But anyway, what I was going to say is like the Vari randomizer was like, oh, you have gravity. You can go anywhere you want in Meridia. I don't care that the enemies hit like a truck, you know, and you have no health. It doesn't care, and I don't think it cares on easy difficulty or basic. Like it doesn't care that this is like difficult. It really doesn't care about health, and so changing the difficulty would not change the speed from what I've seen so far, and it's just one of those things. These runners are definitely have some skill to be able to do this. Yeah, just don't get hit. Basic. We should switch over to Lily's audio if we can get that figured out. Coxla's having a little bit of a back and forth. Looks like Coxla found screw attack. I'm sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties right now. There's my game feed. I don't know if we have any tracking controls right now, unfortunately. So I would mark Coxla as having this screw attack, but... Well, actually, wait a minute. We did get... Maybe it works, because we are on Lily's audio now. Maybe it does work. Just a second here. Oh, it does. It does work. Okay. I'm just not knowing what I'm talking about. I'm sorry to act so confused. I'm going to get situated here in a minute, and I'll be doing a little bit better job. Everybody's having trouble today. Get a whiteboard to track. It looks like Lily also picked up her screw attack as well. That certainly helps quite a bit. I didn't check what that lower transition went to. Does anybody know what the bottom of Meridia transition went to? Cat rejoicing. Somebody competent has finally arrived to help me. I'm not doing my job here at the tracking. Actually, I shouldn't say somebody. Dark Wolf's been here to help me, so that's not even true statement what I said. Somebody's helping me with the tracking. That's what I need. I can't talk today. I'm sorry. Lillifen not able to do that check here, and Coxla can't do this check either. We need more for these checks. It was a vanilla tube transition. Oh, and with no morph and no, the runners would not be able to pass that way. So the good news is, once the runners return to where they came from, the red tower, that screw attack is going to make the red tower a lot easier. It is tricky. The runners they may need to reset that room a few times, but they'll be able to kill the rivers, and that's going to make that whole process a whole lot easier. Once they remember to, you might even see the runners kill the rippers, then turn screw attack off, and then go for it. Ooh, these wall jumps that Coxla are trying is quite difficult. Would definitely be easier to do the gravity jump here. And you could even grapple. Looks like that's what Lily's going to try to do. Fortunately, I wonder if Lillifen's going to make the same mistake here, trying to head up to the upper transition to the left. Yeah, this is not where you want to go. Oh, and Coxla made it up. Did he do it with the wall jumps? That is really difficult. All right. I think this is our only progression here. Have to go up the red tower. Oh, actually, well, they only have one E-tank. I mean, they could try to go into Upper Norfair, but I don't think that's a very good idea. Oh, this feels bad. Lillifen can get up there with... Oh, she could do the grapple up there. Nicely done. Unfortunately, it's not going to lead her anywhere, but it's still nicely done. I don't know what they would do in Greenbryn. They don't have morph. Oh, they have screw attack, though. You're right. They can screw through the blocks. You're right. They could go to Greenbryn. They could get 2 more items there, which could be progression. In fact, it's good. I think Coxla did save. It might even be required to do it that way. They might need to get a super pack out of there or something. And Coxla get back up in time. It is possible from this lower platform. It's just not as easy. And yeah, Coxla deciding I really shouldn't have burned that platform. I'm going to bring that platform back. And meanwhile, Lily has made her way. Lillifen wants to show us how much easier this is when you can kill the Rippers. It's still not that easy, but it's definitely easier when you aren't being knocked down like 5 times a minute from these stupid Rippers. Oh, takes out the platform. She could still do it. It's just not going to be as easy. Yeah, she's also going to reset. It's definitely easier with that platform there. Coxla getting it. Well done. I expect Lillifen will not be too far behind. But this is still a possible soft lock. The runners only have one transition they can make through this door if they don't find Morph, which Morph could be here too. Morph could be... Oh, actually, well, they don't have supers. They can't check any items in here. So it is just the transition that they're getting out of this. Just this one transition. And yeah. Come on, Lillifen, you can do it. I don't care that it's the wrong answer. I want to see you do it. There we go. See, what was that? Like, third try? Maybe second try, even? Like, once you have that platform there? And the Ripper's gone? She could do that all day. Makes a big difference. It is. That last jump is the trickiest. I mean, you got these stupid Rippers to have to avoid all the time. It's you really got to practice that jump a lot. Like running those categories where you need to do that really helps because you start to realize where you should be jumping from to make that. Like you can't kind of like eyeball the platform and then do the wall jump. It doesn't work that way. You almost have to know where you want to jump from. All right, I hope that Coxla realizes that he can do Green Brand. I didn't. I'm sitting here like, well, they have to go up. I would be soft locking. I'm about 90% sure I would have just soft locked. Doing the same thing. Okay, Coxla is heading the correct direction. Unless chat wants to correct me because I've made more mistakes. I think this is the only way that Coxla can go. And there will need to be something. Yeah, Lily's getting the bad news. She proved a point, though. I just hope she saved recently. I don't know where her save was. Oh, this is not... Okay, so there are rolling saves. So she is not ruining all her progress. Oh, I like this. Okay, so Lillifen aware of the rolling saves and is just keeping that save just in case. There was a race earlier in this tournament, a race I know well, Kev Nastix knows well, where Kev thought he was soft locked and just reset in a similar situation without saving first, and then realized about 2 minutes later that he wasn't soft locked. And if he had done that save first, he could have reset to it and saved himself like at least 5 minutes. So it's not a bad play at all. Okay, looks like Lillifen saved fairly recently. So she's just going to have to do this climb back up. This is not too bad at all. Okay, and Coxla finding Speed Booster. Is there an E-Tank requirement for X-Ray? No, because they have, if you have Grapple, there's no E-Tank requirement. I'm pretty sure. And with Screw Attack, I'm like, even more sure. Goodness, these runners trying these crazy wall jumps. These are not easy wall jumps they're attempting right now. Oh! Oh no! Oof. I don't know if anybody else saw it. Coxla just did a Screw Attack leap into those blocks, trying to avoid the Decora room because you've got Speed Booster, and he got himself wedged in between the blocks. Now, there's some sort of shuffle you can do to get out. I don't actually know how to do it. It's really painfully slow. And I think he could have done it because he was stuck on... He could have freed himself moving to the right. I mean, admittedly, this gravity jump Lillifen's trying to do is not easy either because we don't have high jump boots. It's definitely possible, but it's not, like, free. Yep, she didn't like her jump there. I don't know. Let's see. Nope. She does not need a perfect jump or anything, but she definitely jumps noticeably early. Okay, Coxla recollecting that speed booster. Yeah, wiggling and doing an aim up down. Sounds really annoying. All right, Lily using the intended grapple strats here. Easier said than done. I am bad at grapple at this game. I think that's why I don't like grapple beam. Ooh, not taking the save though. I think I would have taken that save. But okay. Jeez, Coxla making us nervous. Well, what? Wait, what? I don't know that taking screw attack off actually helps. Oh, maybe he's thinking ahead. Well, okay, because he still would want screw attack to kill those rippers. So what did we get for progression? We got speed booster and we got a super pack. I am fairly certain the speedball to get through. Oh, here we go. This is what it unlocks. Speed booster unlocked all this stuff. Yeah, so we can't get back behind, but we can check one more item. Well, yeah, something's got to be here actually. This gonna be morph? No, why? Okay, I feel like I'm missing something. I don't understand. Okay, so help me out, chat. Now we can go back to that super door Lillifen went into in the soft lock. Yeah, okay, so we can get one item there. Here's the problem. How do we get out with one item? Because you need two. You need morph and you need power bombs to leave that area. There's no other way out of that area. You can't go there yet. And by the way, same problem here. Please save Coxla. Did he save somewhere? Again, you can't get both morph and an explosive. What are we missing? Oh, okay. I know what I'm missing. Morph is going to be at Alpha PBs, and that opens up a second transition out. That's the only way. Morph has to be at Alpha PBs. So, Coxla giving us some free DLC entertainment, but this is not the answer. Actually, I should stand corrected. It could potentially be the answer later. It could be first power bomb back here. Probably not. Meanwhile, Lillifen making her progress through. Man, this is tricky. That's a tricky one. You need morph to be at alpha PBs so that you can use the other transition to leave, and it's still a soft lock, right? Like you're then counting on that other transition to go somewhere. We know that it has to. I don't see any other way that the thing that the runners can do. Unless Mama Turtle could Mama Turtle have something? The runners could go back to Mama Turtle. And you know what? The runners could go to Main Street. Is there anything at Main Street? I really hope Lillifen saves here. This actually doesn't have to be morph now that I've given it more thought, because the speed booster unlocks more items in West Meridia. Looks like it's going to get reset. Please save, Lillifen. There's a safe portal right through that Meridia door. Yes. This is the answer. Save. Good play. Oh, save! I guess she's gonna check the items, but I would have saved there. I guess with Speed Booster, it is like way easier for her to get back up. Like none of those gravity jumps that we saw earlier are needed. She is heading to Main Street. What do we see here? There's a 0-1. I don't remember what this was. I was having a lot of technical difficulties. Oh, she can't go to this. Is she doing like the vanilla Shine Spark here? Yeah, you're gonna want to kill these crabs. They hurt. Please don't get hit. Vanilla strats. Oh, it's nice. That's not bad. Take that, E-Tank. And now, hopefully, she heads over to Mama Turtle. Okay, Coxla recollecting the items that he gave up with that Spore Spawn check. He knows that's not the answer. Was Grapple and Screw at Mama Turtle? I believe one of those, I think Screw Attack was in the wall at Mama Turtle, but they wouldn't have been able to get to the Mama Turtle item, I don't think. Oh, it was both? They got to both? Oh, okay. That shows you what I know. Please save Lillifen. I guess she doesn't have... Okay, you know what? Actually, if that's true, that Mama Turtle had... she's gotten everything, then. She doesn't need to save anymore. I still would, but... Oh, boy. Is she going to Spore Spawn? I really hope not. I'm like 90% sure that everything that they've done has been done, except the Alpha Power Bomb's location. She's looking for a save at least. Okay. Okay, this is not a bad place to save. The Meridia location would have been better, but this is not a bad place to save. So where's Coxla going now? Oh, okay, that's true. We do have this red tower. Okay. Medium difficulty, so hell runs are in logic. Coxla could get to either runner, really, especially Lillifen with this extra E-Tank. She could get to Upper Norfair. I'd forgotten that they'd seen that earlier. Lillifen not saving because she just saved earlier, so this is a good. Well, okay, so unfortunately this is not a good idea because it's the same problem we mentioned earlier. You can't get both Morph and an Explosive. So this is not a good idea. It's easy to think it's a good idea because there have been seeds in this tournament where this is the answer. You have to fight Spore Spawn. But today, it's not going to be the answer. Softlock bingo seed. Kind of. These morph seeds, these random morph seeds are that way. I imagine this would be a lot more fun for the runners if they didn't just have that first race. That I think that's probably a little bit exhausting for him. Because otherwise, these puzzle teeth could be kind of interesting. At least you find out what the item is, and at least she's saved at a reasonable location. She's not going to be out too much time. Like Coxla might be thinking about that E-tank as well, or might just be trying to figure out where to go next. I mean, this E-tank would help him with the Upper North Fair, so if he's thinking Upper North Fair, this could work out. I was so sure Morph was going to be Alpha Power Bombs, and it still could be, but with that Upper North Fair transition, they could get to the... Actually, I think the only item... I'm trying to think what items they could even get there. They could get to high jump boots. And they could get to 2 more transitions. So the answer could be at one of those 2 transitions. The answer could be Croc, because it's always Croc. Whenever there's a hunt for Morph, just go to Croc. As soon as you find Croc, you found your Morph. Easy. Bolt Runner is going for this vanilla strat way of doing this Shine Spark. Yeah, I don't like the vanilla strat for that reason. Coxla just showed us. Lillifen did a good job with it earlier. But if Coxla clears out these crabs, I think he's going to be able to get it. Oh, Lillifen, only way to go is up. Looks like that's where she's headed. We'll see. See what the runners do next. Yep, and that beach item is the only item they can get to, is that first beach item. The hunt for Morph continues. Yep, that transition Coxla found is blocked off because of the area randomizer. And they wanted the East Meridia transitions to be coherent. They didn't want it to make it so like every time you went down the sand pit you had to leave East Meridia. So they looped the transitions around a little bit to make that easier. Okay. This is not where she actually wanted to go. Please drop health. Please drop health. Yeah, it wasn't very much health. She could probably make this. Yes. Okay. Not sure what Coxla was thinking about, but he's going to get trolled by this crab here pretty soon. No, you will leave this room. Stay. Overstayed your welcome, Samus. Ooh, Varia, that's a nice find. Both suits, but still no morph. Okay. Now, this bug will return. It's kind of annoying, but it will come back. Yes, Count Cranberry. Actually, it's a morph and PB hunt. It's a 2-for-1 special for our explosive. But at least we have both of our suits. I'm surprised that thing came back that direction. Oh. Maybe, you know what? Lillifen never shot open the opening. So then it came all the way back around. I'm doing what I can. All right, what do we got for transitions here? We've got Crate, which you can't do anything with. No bombs, no morph. And we have whatever's behind this door. Lillifen's going to turn off that speed booster. It makes this jump pretty annoying. It's definitely possible, but I think I failed it like 4 times in my last randomizer race, so Lillifen just saved time on me there. Oh, Croc! We found it! We found Morph! We did it! Okay, not really. This is actually out of logic because we don't have charge. And I'm not sure we have enough. Well, okay. There's a very high likelihood it would be in logic because with just one more super pack, this Croc fight would be in logic. So, high likelihood that there would be another super pack somewhere. Gosh, when was Lillifen's last day? Oh, she can just jet out of the Croc fight though. I'm pretty sure because it's a light area. It's not vanilla. She's so close. Come on, Croc. Oh, Croc, right on the edge, but he's doing ammo drops, which is actually. Oh, and he drops a super. Yes. Well done, Lily. Don't worry, the answer could still be Croc. There's an 01 here. Morph has to be here, right? Alright, so Coxla, I think, is heading toward Upper Norfair as well. Has the 2 E-tanks now. We still don't... Well, okay, we know there's good stuff here at the very least. I mean, Varia, it's kind of like you gotta be on the right track. And we found Croc, so that feels like we're on the right track, too. Now with Grapple, Lily can get to this item here. Yep, just the vanilla... I don't even know what... The Ripper or whatever? Yeah. And where else? Where else would Morph be, guys? Where else is Morph but behind Croc? Not where I thought it was, up in Alpha PBs. That's for sure. Those could still be our first Powerbomb pack up at Alpha PBs. We don't know. Still looking for that Powerbomb pack. Now Sports Bond could have been the answer, but we know it's not. Both runners have checked it. Coxla trying to go a different way. He's really going to want to head back towards... take a different route to get up to where he's trying to go. That would be I mean, this is an interesting idea. You get an item here. I don't know what the in medium difficulty, I don't know what the Hellrun requirements for this would be. This probably could have been Morph if the runners had more E. I really doubt it would be with just the 2 tanks. Oh yeah, Lillifen finding a Powerbomb pack in Croc. That is an excellent find. So really heads up play to do this check. I think a lot of runners would have been tempted to skip it. But she realizes, I really need Powerbombs. I hope they're here. Now she can skip it. No need to check the other 2 items here. So definitely a bit of a lead here for Lillifen. But Coxla is heading the right direction, although he's taking like this much more difficult path. Okay, at least sees it's a super pack. don't know if you saw that last time. Maybe he'll think that's not worth it. You're going to be out of energy. By the way, there's your croc ammo. I don't think so. I think there must have been another super pack somewhere. I really hope that wasn't the required croc ammo because that's just stupid. Yeah, this is real. I would be doing the same thing as Coxla is right now, as far as like, oh, I mean, I would be going around, but if I was trying this, I would be having the same problems because I just had this stupid grapple. And that particular one, like when you do X-ray, I can kind of do the X-ray grapples fast. Like you just kind of you grab it, you grab it, you grab it. With that one that Coxla's doing, you'll get to like the third one, and the grapple will be like there's like one grapple block missing that really should be there, and like I always hit the ceiling instead of the last grapple block, and then I fall. Like without fail, I screw this one up all the time. Really needs one more E-Tank to make that viable. But he might, if he sticks with it enough, I bet he will get it. He was getting close. Alright, this is not an easy fancy fight because of having only the 5 missiles, but Lillifen does have screw attack, and she's got both suits, so she could just do Nintendo Power Strats here, which I would actually recommend. Yep, that was nice. She got an extra missile in too. That was a good idea. Coxla makes it through on 6 energy. Well done. That was not easy. And now he's got his croc ammo. You know what's extra brutal about that croc fight? I can almost guarantee you that the Varia randomizer does not account for the fact that you have to burn 3 supers to even get to croc. It's like you're going in at only 4,000 ammo, guaranteed, because there's no way to refill those supers. Like, it's just kind of rude. And then Lillifen was down a super pack, so she was going in with no better than 7 supers and 5 missiles. I don't think she even had that. And Fantoon is dead. Oh yeah, with that screw attack, the Enrage is just the way to go. With 5 missiles, you're going to take forever to kill Fantoon with 5 missiles. You need the missiles to get him to start running around, too. Like, you kind of want to save those missiles for that part of the fight, not the Doppler part. So, without screw attack, maybe you'd consider doing it, because without screw attack, it's actually pretty difficult to dodge those flames. So even with both suits, you'd be taking a lot of damage. Alright, Coxla's going to get the bad news about Croc here. His health is not good either. I hope he saved. Oh, he definitely saved after he made it over here. Saved somewhere recently. I forgot to comment on that. It was a random boss, and it was Fantoon as the boss that our runners were able to. It is possible to jump over that last super block with an aim down jump. It's actually not that difficult. Shoutouts to Exact Science for telling me about that. But it would only save 1 super. It's not a big deal. And it's a lot better than not knowing that and getting soft locked. You know, like if you were to only do the bottom 2 super blocks and then maybe you get stuck in the blocks, like I 100% understand not wanting that situation. At least the low energy isn't as big a deal with both suits. Croc only doing 5 or 10 damage here. Still needs to be careful. And nice. Didn't even need the missiles. That was a good fight from Coxla. He should not try to get the item over there. Fortunately, that is not his morph ball. Oh, and Lillifen is found the back of Lower Norfair somewhere. I didn't catch where the transition was, and is deciding, sure, why not? Now, she is lacking the ammo to kill Ridley at this moment, and there's only one major here. That is something to keep in mind. This would also not be an easy Ridley fight at all with 2 tanks. So Lily wisely going to check every item she can here, even these slower ones, because, I mean, if she can get a couple more super packs, she needs 3 realistically. This would be extremely tough unless she gets 3 to be able to do Ridley. There's 1. And we got Fire Fleas and Power Bombs of Shame left. Unlikely they're all supers, but you never know. Lilia is also lacking Reverse Amphitheater, actually, she's not lacking that. She could do Reverse Amphitheater. She wouldn't be able to come back, so it'd be extremely risky to go for that route. She doesn't have a way back up first from the game, and she's also lacking... Well, okay, she could do Lava Dive potentially, but... Lily is in pretty good shape to be able to take out both Dragon and Crates. It's just going to be Ridley that's going to be the problem. Thank you for telling me what the transition was. True. Does anybody know where Lillifen found her second Powerbomb pack? She's got another one from somewhere. I have a feeling that even if that is the first Powerbomb pack, it's not the only one that he can get. I mean, if it's in Lower Norfair, Coxla can get to that because he's got Screw Attack. I'm pretty sure that he's not blocked. Oh wait, you have to get to Lower Norfair. I think he can. Yeah, he can get there. The speed booster path takes him below those blocks. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that Coxla can get by without that Powerbomb pack. Oh, another super for Lily. This has become possible. She would need power bombs, I think. Like, even if full ammo, she would need at least a few power bombs to do enough damage to Ridley. And that's assuming she hits every single missile and super. It would not surprise me. I hope she's saved. It would not surprise me if she just nopes out of the Ridley fight without even bothering. Thank you, Hockey. It's been an adventure. The first race was definitely not very much fun. We're just like, you know what? We're going to move on to the second race. Heck that first race. That's right, Hockey. Oh, and it's Dragon. Okay. With Speed Booster, Grapple, she's probably just going to go for the Grapple strats here. It's like she wants to get in a few supers to start out. Coxla is still looking for that first Power Run pack. At this point, I think it must have been, the second one must have been an LN, which he can get to. Coxla's going to weigh his options. He can get to some of these other checks in Upper Norfair. And they could have Power Bombs for him. Let's set up for this grapple. What was that? Why did Dragon do that? That was weird. She still had the... I mean, Dragon was doing the I'm running for you thing. And she still had the fuzzies or whatever on her, whatever you want to call those things. I don't understand what happened. So if you break them off like she just did there, then Dragon will, like, run away. But how do you break them off and not break them off? I'd like to understand that one. Oh, she went for the grapples too soon. Okay, that makes sense. Lily will be okay if she only takes one more hit from Dragon. Yep, all good. Looks like weighing options here. Lily getting that gravity jump to get out of Dragon's room. Yeah, this jump is harder with speed on. It's definitely doable. It's just I tend to keep speed on, and then I tend to regret it because it does take longer. Like, unless you get it first try with speed on, it's going to be slower because it's just so much easier to do it without speed. I guess it's not super easy, but it is easier without speed. Oh, Coxla's necessarily out of checks. I think he's got stuff he wants to do. He's probably just trying to decide, like, well, I have this really awful red tower climb I could do, or I have this really awful, like, I could go look, or this what he's doing right now, or I can go find some faraway transition. He could even go all the way to West Meridia and go down that transition. So he has options. He's probably trying to decide, like, which one of these not so great options do I want to do. He's not presented with a... Well, actually, that is also one of his options. I wonder if you can go back to Green Bryn. There probably isn't that much to do in Green Bryn, actually. Never mind. He's doing his bombs for the Green Bryn. Hopefully he finds a Power Bomb pack soon. That's going to really open the game up for him. All right, Lily needs to either not do reverse amphitheater or save. She's opting to save. She has no way back. There is one item in LN. It could be important. I do not like the Key Hunter. She doesn't have enough health now. Unless she does Crystal Flash, which she would need another Power Bomb for. I don't think you can do this. Okay, maybe she realizes she can't do it. I think you need like close to 300 health to do it, like 250 or so. Yeah, we don't even know what we're going to be doing for the. Here's what I know: this is the last race that we're going to be doing for Coxla Lillifen for today, because we had 2 scheduled races. We're not going to do more than that. I don't think either runner is going to want to do another race right away after this anyway. Oh! Lillifen getting hacked by the game. The game decided, oh, you're jumping out of a wall jump pose with screw attack. Let's make the screw attack sound, but not give you the screw attack protection. How do you like that, player? Great. Fantastic. Is this... See, why isn't Lilith... Oh, wait, never mind. She came in this way, so she's checked all these items already. That's why she's not checking them now. Hey, look, it's a power bomb! Oh, it's actually a second power bomb. Where'd Coxla find the first one? Where'd I been? It's the second power bomb back. You must have found one at Speed Booster. Well, that's good. That's good that both of our runners have everything they need to check most items in the game. And Lillifen is going to make some of these same checks now that Coxla made. She's going to get some more power bombs. She will probably take them. Oh, getting trolled here by this stupid room. Oh, nicely screw text through that projectile. Which makes you wonder, like, how did that work? But the earlier wall jump, I don't know. Sometimes I don't understand this game. Lillifen has reached Ridley ammo. She would definitely want at least one more super pack. And of course, we still need Mother Brain ammo, so she would take many more super packs at this point. Coxla, meanwhile, has 45 supers. Where'd he get all these supers? Yeah, pull him on in a bunch, I guess. That's probably good news for Lillifen. She's about to find all these supers too. So Lillifen definitely in the lead here with 2 bosses down that Coxla still needs to get. But he's on his way, and we still don't have charge. We still don't have any beam. I mean, we don't know if the runners have what they need to finish the game. Well, actually, I don't think there's a scenario where the return trip. So at this point, since the runners have found 2 dead ends, they found Croc and they found Kraid. Even if G4 is at the other end of Lower Norfair, Lillifen would not need to make a return trip. So I think she could beat the game with these items if she had more ammo. So still ahead of Super Pack here. And he's got one more that Lillifen found. I mean, still more. I guess, where else did Coxla find these supers at? Oh, he did pick up one from Croc Escape, that play he made, that very difficult hell run that he made. He picked up a super pack there. I'm sure Lily hasn't gotten that one yet. She may not. There's one in this route too. I could explain where the other one came from. Oh yeah, light area rando. Right, like I should be... G4 is going to be based off criteria anyway. Well, yeah, there's no reason for the do... I don't even know why I'm talking about reverse amphitheater. Okay. So, at this point, runners just need to find either East Meridia or West Wreckship entrance. Probably easier to find the East Meridia entrance from where they are. It's either going to be the crab. It's going to be either going to be at the top of Meridia or at the bottom. Just pick up ammo along the way, and then they should be in decent shape. As long as the game keeps giving them some super packs like this, they'll be in good shape. It looks like Coxla noped out of LN. Huh. Okay. I mean, he might have been worried that it was a boss that he couldn't beat. Well, he's got plenty of supers now. That's kind of unfortunate for Coxla. I think he really needed to take out the boss while he was at LN. And it's going to be a struggle to make up the time now. Especially this light area. You really want to be able to take out both bosses while you're down here. And Lillifen is headed for a dead end, I believe, here. This is not where she needs to go. Yep. But I want to leave Upper Norfair. This is the way to go. This is where you leave. First race was vanilla area, so this is understandable. We switched the settings between races here. Lillifen decided she's going to pick up a couple miners on the way out. This could be a good idea. Could be a fourth energy tank. Runners could really use another one. It's been kind of stingy on energy, actually. For as much as the runners have checked. Yeah, Coxla didn't have power bombs when he was up here earlier, so he's now going to get this fancy boss down. But he really needed to get that LN boss because, I mean, he'd be further behind. Obviously, he would have spent more time at LN, but he would not be as far behind. Because it is going to take a while to get back there. If he doesn't do it before he leaves Norfair. Ooh, another super pack. It's worth it. Very controlled wall jumps here. Nicely done. Not getting hecked by those platforms. Coxla having a little bit of trouble with this fight. Does have the option to actually do Dopplers, unlike Lillifen, who had like no missiles. Like she's still sitting on 5. All right, Lillifen is free of Norfair. She will not be returning. And she might go find these majors. She's got her power bombs. She can check Edakun. She can check the back of early supers. That's where she's going to start. I think it's a good idea. You still need ammo. Honestly, even if she finds charge, that's really not that helpful with no beams to go with it. It's pretty awful to fight. The brain. She'd probably rather have ice than charge at this point. But high jump, space jump, those are all nice. Find those while you're looking for ammo. I'm just realizing that morph ball completely locked us out of criteria. I mean, unless you got there through East Meridian, I don't think you could get there. You wouldn't be able to get through all that without morph. You can't even get through wreck ship without morph. So, criteria has been completely locked out until the runners found morph, because the only way that they could get to the other 2 green brain transitions was with the morph ball. Kind of interesting. Oh, Lillifen saving that. That is not easy. It's like a 3-frame window jump there, I think. I thought she was down for sure there. Only gets a missile for her troubles. Coxla does put that first boss down. Really needs to go get to that second boss in Norfair. But it's still going to be Lillifen's race to lose here. She's got a fairly decent cushion, and with as thorough as she's being with these checks, it's just unlikely she's going to leave something behind at this point. Health situation is starting to look a lot better too. She could still use, I mean, she still want at least another E-Tank for Mother Brain, maybe even a couple more, but 4 is very good for where she's at. She's very likely to find at least one more. And Plasma Beam. Now Charge would be nice. All ammo counts for go mode. I'm not following. Is that a question or? I would say they are not in go mode, if that's the question. Oh, all ammo in I get it now. All ammo gets you closer to go mode. Yes, agreed. Yeah, I mean, if Lillifen can get to like 90-50, I mean, I think she'd be fine with that. If maybe she might need Ice Beam for that. I guess you could missile out the Zebs. With 90 missiles, you could definitely missile out the Zebs. And as we've seen a couple times in this tournament, going a little bit overkill on the ammo is a lot better than trying to think you've done the math and then finding out your math has left you like with one missile to spare or with negative 15 missiles to spare in some cases. So, just probably good to just go overboard on the ammo. Ravanon, it happens all the time. Welcome to Super Metroid Randomizer. One more Super Pack and Lillifen will be ready to run into charge. That's usually how it works. And we can check the green pipe because we've never been this way. There was no way to get this way before. Also deciding she doesn't need a spacer. Understandable. She might have a better beam in her hands. Yeah, this is where Lillifen needs to go. She needs to do this. And from here, this will take her into East Meridia. And from East Meridia, she will go back to West Meridia and then hopefully be able to make her way back to G4. And hopefully she will have found enough ammo or charge and no problems. She's got plenty of Ridley ammo right now, so she doesn't need to... Well, I shouldn't say plenty. By the time she gets to the Ridley door, she's going to be down to like 32 supers. But she's got plenty of missiles to back it up if needed. Oh yeah, and the ship's alive. We've already killed Fantine. I tend to burn supers on those red doors as well, but like when you're in this situation where you might be fighting Ridley, might be a good idea to start missiling those red doors. Ooh, this is the one item for wrecked ships, so Lillifen probably will hunt for ammo a little bit anyway, because I believe she's left items behind. Right? Isn't there something still in Lord Warfare? I'm not sure about that, but I don't know if I would count on getting charge. The Spike Room of Death is not really that deadly when you have 5 tanks and Gravity and Varia. And I think she avoided taking any hits from the Kazans, so even less deadly when you do that. Also does not want to check the green pipe item either. Coxla, you don't need that. You gotta like the instincts. Spazer! Yes! No! Dang. 65-50 ammo. That is still not comfy ammo. That's probably... That's either go mode or 1 missile pack short of it, but it's not what you want. Nope, really good call. You don't want to go this way. You want to head right on to East Meridia. Save is fine. I don't know. I don't like... Oh, she hasn't fought the boss yet. Oh, that's why she's saving. I'm silly. She can't leave this area yet. Yeah, that was a good save. If this is Ridley, you're going to be down to 32 supers. I like the save. I can't even remember the last time she saved, so I like the save. Coxla's not too far behind except for that boss. That's the unfortunate thing, is that he doesn't look that far behind, but he's significantly far back because he doesn't have that boss down in LN. And it is Ridley here. Lillifen starting off with missiles. To be honest, I think I would prefer starting with supers because as Ridley gets more upset, he starts moving around more rapidly, and it's easier to miss shots. So I would prefer to get the supers in to start the fight. Go to missiles later. But she has enough ammo to do this either way. Probably more worried about taking hits at this point. Oof. Definitely getting low on energy here. There's no way he's dead yet. Oh, I thought she was dead. She's dead now. Yeah. Maybe the other reason to go for the supers earlier is maybe you just get some more DPS in to start the fight. Not an easy fight, and of course no high jump, which means it's harder to do those manips. Get Ridley to Pogo. She doesn't know it, but she has quite a comfortable lead at this point, and she can afford several attempts at this. And I would say she has just enough supers. Okay, she is going to try to find something over here. At least she's got the save. It's more supers. Okay. Interesting. The health is quite valuable, too. I don't know if this is a good trade or not. Because I was just going to say, I think she has just enough supers as it is that... I mean, this helps, but I think I would rather have the 2 E-tanks worth of health. Meanwhile, Coxla has more than enough supers, but not health. This could be Could be interesting. This is even less health than what Lily has. Ooh, was doing a nice job of avoiding damage with that screw attack. Did take one hit there. Not too bad though. Coxla taking a little bit slower fight, but also taking less damage during the fight. Which is really what he needs to do. He's got plenty of supers. He can afford to miss these. Okay, Lillifen is deciding to start with the supers this time. That looked pretty good. Nice. Got in a healthy amount of supers there. Oh, I think did miss one. No way. She only missed one? Just the one I saw hit the tail? That's fantastic. Oh, Coxla. He was doing well. I didn't see what happened. I was caught up in Lillifen's fight. Sorry, beep to the boop. You're saying you just learned about the tournament today? We've like done the whole Swiss. Where you been? There were definitely several people who, I mean, more than several people who didn't know about the tournament until we started doing restreams on SpeedGaming, but that was 6 weeks ago. There you go, Jace Pro. And again, I don't know if Lillifen saved after beating Ridley. I 1000% approve of this save. Just because that was a nice fight doesn't mean that you want to do it again. And Meridia hits hard. Oh no, Coxla's all the way back at Fantoon? Oh no. He must not have been expecting the Ridley fight. I mean, fortunately for his sake, it really wouldn't matter. Lillifen is well on her way at this point, but I'm sorry, I'm just noticing that how far that Ridley death set Coxla back. He's still... Fantoon is as first boss. I mean, he can go to LN now. He can go fight Dragon in LN. He knows that Ridley's not there. But oof. Yeah, good point. Beep to the boop. This is a heads-up play here. Using the fact that Dragon is dead, take this back door. Lillifen just has Kraid to go. And then she's going to pop out in West Meridia. at either the top or the bottom. She'll head to Red Tower. From Red Tower, she'll head back into Criteria and find one of those last two entrances, portals. Get to our G4. We haven't been talking about Lily's ammo situation in a little while. She's still okay. 65 is definitely a lot more comfortable. She's gonna have to missile the Zebs out unless she can do the speed Zeb skip. But I really love when I get to 65 supers. That's just that way you got 3 supers for the doors. You just missile out the Mother Brain 1, and you've got 62 supers for the fight. You feel good. Like you got this. And you probably take the save just in case. One more super would be great. Fortunately, I had a little bit of trouble with this crate fight, but he's not going to be a problem. Crate is designed to be fought at the beginning of the game, not when you have a million supers and 3 tanks. Not a problem. They have. Lily entered West Wreck Ship through Criteria. But it was a very quick dip into Criteria. It was we found Moat, we go down to the crab entrance, and that's your Wreck Ship. And that's like all we've done. The runners did also find the bottom of Criteria at a point when they couldn't progress, and then they got soft locked there. I believe both runners did that early on in the seed. Okay, and Coxla is going to go ahead and fight this boss now, which at least is correcting for that Rowdy mistake earlier. In his defense, I mean, he probably thought, I can't do this fight with 3 tanks if it's Ridley. That probably is what he was thinking. I mean, and he would be right. I mean, that would be a very tough fight. Like, so I can understand the skip. It's just one of those things, like, with this being a light area, you have to try, I think. It's just too costly to not try with it being a random boss. One of the reasons I actually prefer vanilla boss is just being able to make those decisions with a little bit more certainty. I mean, Lillifen went for it. She didn't even have 30 supers, and it ended up not being Ridley. If it's a vanilla boss and she knows that's Ridley, she probably doesn't even try for that fight. And, you know, she would also be having to route back and turning around, and this would be a little bit more interesting race. Lillifen would still be ahead, but it would be more interesting having that boss knowledge, I think. That is Wave Beam. That is not actually worth it without charge. Well, if I'm skipping it, which is a good idea. I would do these aqueduct checks here. We'll see if she does the Shine Spark for these two items. I don't care if you're in go mode ammo. I would still be making this check. This is not like super comfy go mode. Yeah, that one last super is going to really help. And who wants to bet it's charge right here? Oh, well, more supers. We'll take those. This is very comfy now. She almost doesn't need to kill the Zeps. That would require more math, though. Let's see. 2 missiles and 3 supers per Zeb, 4 Zebs. That's 8 missiles and 12 supers. So that would put her at 63, plus 3 doors, 60 supers for the Mother Brain 2 fight. and she would have 57 missiles for Mother Ring 1. You need 36, so she had 21 missiles to spare. Yeah, with a save, I don't think you would need to kill the Zebs. Or no, oh yeah, with a save. Yep, she would not need a refill. And you can pad that just a little bit more if you don't go for the baby skip. You can missile out the first door, refill the missiles right there, and then you've got 26 missiles to spare. Semi-classical, I'm forgetting what it's from as well. I feel like I've heard the name of it before. Like the Margot sprite or something. I don't remember. I should know. It's a fairly popular sprite. Coxla is finding that Dragon. It's got his grapple. And even with the slow grab here, should be fine. Dragon would have to troll an awful lot for this to be a problem. This might be the fastest way Lilifen's trying to take, but it's also annoying. She might just be out to prove that, yes, if I can kill the Rippers, I can do this. I did it before. I can do it again. Second try. And first try with all the Rippers dead, so there you go. Showing us it's easy after all, if you can get those Rippers killed. It's not easy with the Rippers still being there. Oh, at least she'll have screw attack, actually. I was going to check the settings for this race. And yes, it is a random escape. And so random escape could force the runners back through this red tower entrance potentially, and the hyper beam does not kill the Rippers. Not sure what's going on Coxla's stream, possibly something IRL. There's nothing in chat about it. I'm assuming he'll return to us soon. Timer's still running, so we know the stream's live. Ah, there he goes. I remember having a race once where I spent like a minute trying to do stuff like this. And then I was like, oh, I can gravity jump. Like, whoops. I can't remember what I was trying to do. It was something equally similar of like trying to wall jump out of this room. I remember doing that. Something like that. Something that was very difficult, whatever I was trying to do. It was either difficult or impossible. And then about a minute later, oh yeah. So hopefully if that's what Coxla's thinking about here, he comes to his realization that he has that gravity jump option. You can also charge a spark if he can do a stutter short charge. Lillifen trying to show off with her own short charge here. She's close. She's really close, but okay. Noping out of that. There we go. Coxla getting that speed booster spark out. And Lillifen finds G4. Oh yeah, she found Ice Beam. I didn't even see where that was. That is a very good find. She's gonna have to know how to do the Zeb, like that crouch shot thing to do the Zeb skip without wave. The wave beam would have come in handy now. That would be me. Like, I don't need that wave beam. That's kind of nice. Oh, heck, I wish I had that wave beam. Ice is a rather stupid hitbox. But basically just one challenge left here. Can Lillifen get the Zeb skip? Because if she can, this is going to be a super easy weather ring fight with the 6 E-tanks. Probably should take a save just in case, unless she saved to the ship, then that'd be fine. But, I mean, no. She should be in pretty good shape. I have confidence. Lillifen setting up for baby skip skip. Does not have high jump or space jump or charge. There's a new method, so there's the new Stashio skip or the counterclockwise skip. There's an even newer method to it that uses a bomb spread to push the baby down, and then it's easier to jump over the baby even without high jump. It's pretty cool, but it's brand new. I have not learned it. And most importantly, you need bombs and charge, actually. You need both to do that bomb spread. We don't have that stuff. So, wisely missing out this first door. Who cares? You got plenty of ammo. Why not? Why not save a little bit more? It takes like 3 seconds. Coxla getting controlled by this key hunter, but does get through. I hear it's not that bad. I mean, the Stashio skip in general is kind of tricky, but the thing I really like about it is that you fail immediately. Like, the most likely point of failure is the first jump, which means you're not jumping roping the baby for 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 times before you finally get grabbed. It's either you're going to fail it in the first jump or the first 3 or 4. It's actually really hard to jump rope the baby in the Stashio method, the counterclockwise jumping. So it's you either get the trick in 4 jumps or you don't, and you fail, and you fail quickly in that sense. So I really like going for it from that standpoint. I'm looking forward to learning this bomb spread method. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Just go for the spring ball baby skip. You fail that one in the first jump too. Okay, and Lily is going to go ahead and take the conservative approach here and just missile everything. She had 70 missiles. Not even going to bother with Not even gonna bother with the ice beam, which maybe she doesn't know the crouch tech. Or maybe she doesn't want to turn off screw attack. I mean, you got to turn screw attack off for this, like, unless you do the down bag method, which is tricky. It is, it's good to know, it's good to know where you are, in the game. Like, it's good to know, like, I don't care if my opponent's about to finish. I am going to do this. This is going to make it so I don't mess up. And doing this by the brain first try is more important because she has no idea where Coxla is in this race. I mean, he could be setting up for the escape right now for all she knows. It's both runners have had some setbacks in this race. I think it's wise to do this and we can of course see for ourselves. We have the perspective of both runners. We know this is a very smart idea to be taking these saves and precautions. Hopefully we'll use ice to kill those Rinkas, or she could just damage right through them. That works too. That was well done. Those Rinkas are pretty annoying. Sure. I guess I was on mute. I'm gonna step away for just a minute. Be back. All right, I got a conflicting thing going on here, but I'm gonna try to finish the commentary. Let's see how this works out. Yeah, Mother Brain sure does like to drag things out, doesn't she? Very true. Looks like Coxla is still looking for his wreck ship and East Meridia access. Yep, we still have our random escape coming up here. Sorry, I'm going to be a little double booked here, so I'm going to be kind of intermittently talking. I'm confident Lillifen has this. Oh yeah, that's Chastain. Plenty of time. Just don't save the animals, Lillifen. Do not save the animals. That will send you out a random map transition. Okay, good. We're in the clear. And Lillifen has finished in first place with an official time of 1 hour, 50 minutes, and 52 seconds. GG. And I think we're... Yep. And I think we're joined by Lillifen here. GG?
GG?
So I'm sorry, I'm a little double booked here. I'm trying to I'm trying to call in another meeting at the same time I'm doing this interview, so I'm going to be a little broken up on what I'm saying, but
you are perfectly fine.
I don't know if you wanted to start by talking about the second race. We'll get to the first one.
I'm sorry about.
Or maybe we just won't talk about the first one. That works too.
I thought the morph ball logic on this seed was interesting.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, like it. A lot of going back and forth, like until I could finally do like the hell run through Upper Norfair. I really thought it was going to show up at like one of the like fringe locations that like stuff kept unlocking, but instead I just got to see a lot of Western Meridian.
Yeah, I was kind of fooled by the logic myself. Like I had thought, oh, it wants you to go into top of Red Tower, find your morph, so that you can take the other transition that's up there, and that was not the way you were supposed to go.
Yeah, I when I went up Red Tower the first time, I was like, oh no, there's nothing I can do up here. Whenever it popped out in the Blue Bryn Criteria connection.
Yeah, and you both ended up making that same play. I think you both gave us a DLC fight, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Which one? Oh, yes.
The sports spawn.
Yes. Yeah, I was just like, do they like when I was going to Spore Spawn, I was like, even if Morph Ball's here, I don't think I can get out, considering like I was pretty sure it was crumble blocks at the top of the tower and the like I didn't have a power bomb to get out the reverse side, but I was like, what else do I have open at this point? Yeah.
Forgive me, I gotta step away for just a minute. I'll be back.
No worries. Coxla, GG. I think we're getting your game audio. Metroid.
Yeah, Coxla, are you there?
I believe they're there, but I think we're getting his game audio because I was hearing the baby Metroid sound when he lit up.
Yeah, I think I got it. It was
Yep.
my mic was was plugged on my capture card too. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
GG's.
GG's. We were talking about that morph ball location and
Yeah.
what a absurd chain of events that expected you to do.
That was really hard. And well, there were no more. We only had 2 tanks to do the run. Yes. Oh, I never found another one.
Yeah, because I ended up going after getting speed. I went back to the West Meridia like speed lock. I don't know what to call the speed lock check in West Meridia. But I went back specifically for that E tank because I was like, I don't know if one tank is enough to do the hell run through the Croc entrance area. Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting, and it just seems like Croc always has the answer to these late morph seeds. Every time. Didn't even have a charge, and I mean, Lillifen had like 7 supers and 5 missiles for that fight. I think Coxla had made that really difficult hell run. Took a few tries, but really well done. I would have really struggled to do that. I'm not any good at grapple, and So Coxla with the 2 tanks chose to grapple through that escape room to get to Business Center and picked up a super pack that way.
Nice. Yeah, that would have given me trouble.
You went the way back with the Croco. I don't know how to call it, but like if you were going to ice beam, or
I went to ice beam as I was like leaving the Norfair area. I was basically like, that was after I went to lower Norfair. I went over to ice because I was just looking for ammo at that point. Yeah, but before then I hadn't gone to ice because like I didn't think I had the HP to survive that area. At least before getting Varia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and from there, Lillifen found Morph first, and then was able to get Dragon taken care of before heading out of Norfair the first time. So that put Lillifen in a significant advantage to where even if the Ridley fights had gone differently, Lillifen was still significantly in the lead regardless. But both of you got through that Ridley fight, if I recall, or was that where you were struggling with at the very end, Coxla? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah,
I was kind of distracted at the very end of the race.
I died first time on Ridley and I did not save, so I lost a lot of time at that point. My earlier save was just before Phantom.
Yeah, that was a big setback. But again, even if you'd gotten that fight first try, Lillifen had enough of a lead. I think it took her 2 tries, but the second try was really good. Maybe one missed super the whole fight. Like she only had 32 or something going into the fight, so it was pretty good.
Nice.
Thank you. Yeah, that was probably the cleanest Ridley fight I've actually had this tournament. So, woohoo! This is a random question, but like, is there like information on how much ammo it takes to kill Mother Brain 2 somewhere you can look up? Because like, I was grabbing
by
ammo
now
at the
somebody would have
end.
put a reference sheet up.
I was just like, I think I have enough ammo here, but also I really don't know exactly how much ammo Mother Brain takes.
Yeah, it's because it depends on, do you break the glass beforehand? Do you get to kill the Zebs? Do you have to? I mean, you were actually fine if you had done like 2 missiles, 3 supers to kill all the Zebs. You would have had enough ammo. I think even a few supers to spare. But obviously, killing all the Zebs and then refilling made it more than like no sweat. You know? I think that was a good call to not even have to worry about it. You did have ice, which you could have used for the Zeb skip, but you could turn screw attack off, and you have to know how to do that crouch. It's like double angle. I don't know it because I play with angle down off, so I don't know how to do it, but there's some way of doing it. You can do it with angle down off too, but it's kind of a finicky thing as well.
Yeah, I know Zeb skip is a thing. I just haven't learned it. So I was like, I'm just gonna destroy all these with missiles and then go refill.
Oh, they don't spawn back?
Yeah, I don't know how to do it, unfortunately.
Well, it was a good race, at least the second race. First race we know it was a struggle. Of course, you showed us multiple times that you could easily handle that red tower climb when you can kill the stupid rippers that are running around everywhere.
Yeah, I'm sorry that was probably not fun viewing at the very least. Like,
Yeah, we were really hoping you'd pull through on it, but it just didn't happen. And yeah, Coxla, you both tried the gate glitch, and you both ran out of 5 missiles. But Coxla decided to refill a few times and then got it, I think, maybe 7th try overall. So it didn't even need more than 1 missile refill. And whereas Lillifen reset, which I actually thought was a good reset at the time, because if Coxla doesn't find either bombs or speed, or screw attack or something to get through, he would have been stuck. But the very first check that he finds was speed booster, and then that kind of allowed him to make some more progress. And he was still looking for power bombs. So even when you guys kind of stopped playing and were talking, it was kind of unclear. Like, I mean, Coxla's ahead. Is he really far ahead? But then he found power bombs at Spacer.
Yeah.
Like, that really would have opened the entire seat up, and
yeah.
Being a whole half hour ahead is pretty big advantage. So we'll figure out what to do later. I'd like to give you guys some time to walk away from the game for a minute, maybe watch the stream back and kind of get a perspective from that perspective, and we'll see where we go from here. We know for sure that nobody's won 2 races, so we definitely have more to schedule in the future for sure, whatever we decide.
Yeah. Either way, though, like this tournament overall has been fun. So thank you for putting it on. It has been. It has gotten me into like Super Metroid Randomizer when I was not really before.
Well, thank you. It's good to hear you say that, especially with the troubles that were today. That you can walk away and say it was fun. Maybe you're talking about the whole tournament. I don't know.
Yes, the whole tournament. I mean, asterisk with that first race.
But yeah.
Pain is what fuels us, is what Beat to the Boop is saying.
But yeah, I agree with what Lillifen said. It was I never played Super Metroid 1 though, and it's really fun, and I'm glad I took part in the tournament. So thank you very much for putting it together.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't think I have anything else. And I think we have a race coming up here on SpeedGaming 2 in just under 10 minutes. So I think we'll probably wrap it up.
Is that Dark Wolf versus Ackline, I think?
Yeah. Yep.
Good luck to them. Should be fun.
The first race, I don't think we have any commentary for that one. It'll just be tracking. But there is some comms lined up for their second race. Will be the same time tomorrow. So they'll get some commentary for at least one of the races.
Be sure to tune in for those.
Yeah, we've got plenty of races today, actually. We had a race earlier today. We got a bunch more later. It's a very busy day here on the Choozo schedule. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap this up. I am Idle commentating. We had Beat to the Boop join us on tracking, who apparently has not heard of this tournament before today. Come on, Beat to the Boop. You gotta stop living under that rock. I guess you have a lot more racing content to watch in the past if if you're bored. Thank you again, SpeedGaming, for hosting all these races, letting us restream. It's a lot of fun for everyone to get to view and watch back your own races and all that good stuff. All right. I think we will see you all next mission.
Take care.